Let us begin by Smaran of Mahaganpati so that this discussion is fruitful. He Mahaganpati, Om Sring Ring Kling Long Ganganapate Varavarada Sarvajanam Me Vashamanaye Swaha. Now we have to understand that Sri Bhairav is none other than Lord Shiva. It is Bhairav who makes us, the seekers, eligible to attain Anuttara stage. This is the stage of Lord Shiva himself. It is Bhairav who showers his grace upon us, so we may realize Shivo Ham. Remember that Sri Swachananda Bhairav is all that there is, just like Shiva himself. How can we define Bhairav? Because Bhairav is Shiva. Bhairav is the absolute. We can only grasp at the finer intricacies and contemplate upon the powers of Batuk Bhairav. Now, as you know that Saturn and Mars are together, very soon Mars will be with Rahu forming Angarki Yoga. And this indeed is a turbulent time. And the best way to make use of this energy is to surrender at the lotus feet of Bhairav. Bhairav sits on Mount Kailash along with his consort and Sri Ganesh, Sri Kartik, Nandi, Bhringi, the 8 Digpalas and Ganamatas. Bhairav resides in Kailash. Lord Bhairav is this entire creation. Everything is an extension of Bhairav. Bhairav is only preaching everything to himself, and there is no difference between him and his consort. So let us look at the 8 Ganas of Bhairav. Sri Kapaleshwar Bhairav, Sri Shikhivahan Bhairav, Sri Krodh Raja Bhairav, Sri Vikral Bhairav, Sri Manmath Bhairav, Sri Meghanadeshwar Bhairav, Sri Someshwar Bhairav, Sri Vidyaraja Bhairav. Alright, there is another list also of the 8 Bhairavs. These are the Ganas that I mentioned, the 8 Ganas of Bhairav. The 8 primary Bhairavs: Sri Asatanga Bhairav, Sri Ruru Bhairav, Sri Chanda Bhairav, Sri Krodh Bhairav, Sri Unmatta Bhairav, Sri Kapal Bhairav, Sri Bhishan Bhairav, Sri Samhar Bhairav. Alright. And remember that the mothers of the Bhairav are none other than the Ashtamatrikas. Alright? And all these 8 Bhairavs that I mentioned are worshipped along with Sri Swachanda Bhairav as Lord of Directions. Alright? Now the 8 Bhairavs are Lord of 8 directions. The 8 Digpalas. I'll make a video one day where I'll explain to you the Kshetrapalas. Alright, so Digpalas, Kshetrapalas are very important in any tantric puja. Very important. And the Kshetrapal bij is Shang. Ksha. Alright? Now, so these Digpalas are very important not only during any normal puja but also during Avarana pujas. of Durga, of Kali, and of all the Mahavidyas actually. And like in the Khadgamala, each Avarana has its Bhairav. Alright? So you have to look at, you have to understand that Krodh Bhairav mantra, the rishi of this mantra is Mata. The Mata Chinnamasta's mantra's rishi is Krodh Bhairav. Very, very interesting. And Krodh Bhairav is the main Bhairav of Bhagavati. Now, Mahishashur Mardini is the second amongst 51 Shaktis of Shakti Peeths of India, right? And this Bhairav is established in Anahata Chakra during Matrika Nyas of Mahashodanyas, and the mantra is, all the mantras are not going to be revealed, but it's a very big mantra. Om Deem Kleem Shreem Aim Ha Som Shram Tam Tham Dam Dham Nam Annatta Koti Dik Shri Kulashitayai Ram Sam Harasiddhyam Bad Devi Rim Sam Vaishwam Bad Devi Annata Koti Apama Sarasahitayai Rim Sam Harasiddhya Madhaya Rim Sam Krodha Bhairavanathaya Namaha. And when you're doing Nyas, you do Riddhi, Shirisi, Shikha, Kavach, so on and so forth. Now the seminal mantra as per Trika philosophy is Ha Ra Ksha Ma La Va Ra Yu. Ha Ra Ksha Ma La Va Ra Yum. Alright, and this is actually, they are placed in such a sequence that corresponds to the names of Sri Bhairava, as I already explained to you. So this admixture of this bejas is very, very powerful. So Sri Krodh Bhairav is the principal deity of the Tantra, Bhut Damar Tantra, which I have already explained to you, that Bhut Damar Tantra is Bhut means the past. Alright? So how do you understand? Basically, Damar means fierce. So the Tantra which liberates the seeker from fierce sins of the past, right? And in such a way that the present is healed. So Bhut Damar, Bhut is past and Damar is fierce. Alright? So this particular book is a broken link of Kashmir Shaivism, and it's in fact a very, very interesting book, and there are lots of spells and incantations and ways to summon Bhutanis, Matrikas, Devatas. It's indeed a very, very powerful book which we will delve into. So Bhut Damar Tantra is, in fact, in Kali Yuga, if you know how to use Bhut Damar Tantra, but then again, this is not a Tantra to delve into without a guru. Okay, because you have Pisach and you have all this kind of, Bhutani and Apsara and Gandharv and Kinnar and all of that, but it is not to be done lightly, believe me. Alright, so Bhut also means the 5 elements, right? And Panchadhatu, that the body is made of the Panchatattvas, Panchadhatu 5 metals, Panchatattvas 5 elements, earth, fire, air, water, ether. So Bhut also means the past, Bhut also means the 5 elements, and Damar is of course terrific or dreadful. So you have to also now understand that this could mean that Bhut Tamar is the tantra that can eradicate the terror from the body of a human being. We are always fearful. And with Bhut Tamar, with the mastery of Bhut Tamar Tantra, you basically start to live a more joyous existence. And Bhut also means worldly things like worldly pleasures, Bhut. All right. And so, in that sense, you can look upon it as the Tantra which liberates its accomplisher from useless fears. Okay. And these fears are basically the lack of having things. I don't have money, I don't have good looks, I don't have confidence. So Bhut Tamar, in the sense, it will help you accomplish all of these and attain all the worldly pleasures with the grace of Sri Krodh Bhairav. And Bhut is also the name of Vishnu and Mahadev. Did you know that? So, in that sense, it can be looked upon as the Tantra which brings us close to God, which relieves us from the bondage of sins and, prarabdha and sanchit karma, and because of the terrible things that we have done in our past. So, you understand how there's so many ways to look at the Bhutamar Tantra. Now, like I said, that every grihasti is not allowed to do Bhutamar Tantra, of course, but every grihasti should have a picture of Batuk Bhairav in their home. And that is the picture that you see in front. Batuk Bhairav is one such Shakti at who calmed Ma Kali. When Ma Kali got into this furious rage, Shiva took the form of Batuk and completely calmed Ma Kali. So, in that sense, if you look at it, if he can calm the great Mahavidya, the Parashakti, can you imagine what kind of energy Batuk Bhairav holds within himself? Om Rim Batukaya Patudharanaya Kurukuru Batukaya Rim. 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 That's a mantra that every grihast can do, alright, anywhere in the world pretty much. So we've understood that to basically balance Rahu and the malefic effects of Shani, Mangal, Rahu with the Sun and Budh is also Nichke. So complications can come to children at this point. Okay, because Budh represents children. So Budh being Nichke, Nichbang, and Budh also sitting with this Rahu can cause problems for our children. And to keep our children safe, Batuk Bhairav Pujan is absolutely mandatory. Alright, so having said that, there is a correct way to approach Bhairav Sadhana. And if you're interested to learn it with me, you can please drop me an email, or you can even text me on my mobile, because Batuk Bhairav Tantra should be learned by every single person. Alright, and especially if and Batuk Bhairav, interestingly, is a Rajasic Devta, somebody who gives all things, Rajasic, all things like money, fame, accolades, glamour. So that's why utilize this time when Saturn is with Mars and then Mars will be with Rahu. Utilize this time and learn Batuk Bhairav Sadhana. Om Rim Batukaya Apatudharanaya Kurukuru Batukaya Ring. Om Ring Batukaya Apatudharanaya Kurukuru Batukaya Rim. Om Rim Batukaya Apatudharanaya Kurukuru Batukaya Rim. Om Rim Batukaya Apatudharanaya Kurukuru Batukaya Rim. So we'll talk more one of these days about Bhairav, about all things that Bhairav gives, the Ashta Siddhis that Bhairav gives, Anima, Lagima, Mahima, Garima, Prapti, Prakamya, Shitva, Varshitva, all of these Ashta Siddhis. We'll talk about all that, and in the meanwhile, meditate in front of the picture of Batuk Bhairav and see how you feel. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining me on this live, and I will see you soon. Oops, take care. Oh, and my phone. Okay, before I go, maybe I'll show you the mandir today. No, I have not offered yet. Oops. It's a tricky one. Yes. You have to get the right angle. Ganpati Durba must always be offered on the head like that. Always on the head. Offered 8 pans with kumkum, sindoor, haldi and akshat. Ma Bagla and Ma Meldy's choki. Alright? So all the blessings and speak soon.